Yo, what is going on, Decepticon gang? Welcome back to another episode of my Virtual Arcade. As always, if you are in the mood for some amazing DJ mixes, head on over to the playlist section of my channel for some awesome stuff. I just recently uploaded a Chillwave Synthwave mix too, so you can definitely get on that, but of course, after this video. Today I'm going to be showing you how I modded my two DDR dance pads to give them more support, more slip resistance, and a little bit of added style on a budget. I've had these since back in 2005 and I actually wanted to just update them because I have been getting back into the series. I did get DDR Max too along with the pads back in 2005, but I did just pick up the first DDR Max and DDR Supernova. All three of these are amazing titles, especially if you're into classic trance like I am. These are must-haves. Alright peeps, let's get right into it. So the first thing you're going to need to get is double-sided carpet seam tape. I picked this up at Home Depot for about $6. Next, you're going to need clear mono cord, which is clear string, along with a regular size needle, and the string will cost you about $6 from Walmart. Next, depending on how many dance pads you have, I have two, so I ended up picking up two sets of these LED neon string lights off of Wish, and they're about $8 each. And I chose the version that came with the battery packs just because it's going to be easier to turn on and off, in my opinion. Now what I did is I basically tied the neon string with the clear cord along the black seam of the dance pad. And I started at the black plastic top of the dance pad. So what you're going to do is loop under and over the neon string. This is time consuming, so you're going to need to have some patience with this if you want it to be as straight of a line as possible. But patience is key again. Just take it slow. If you need to take a break in between, feel free to do that because you are going to get a little frustrated at times if you are like me. You want to make sure that the loops are tight around the neon string. Now I put about 3 to 4 inches of distance between each loop, except on the corners I think I did about 1 inch because you want to make sure that the neon stays at a nice curve. Be sure that as each loop you make is pulled, that you continue to tighten each one as you go through. You don't want it to have any type of slack, but you also want to make sure that it's not too tight to where it starts pulling up or bending the corners of the dance pad. And what I did at the end of my strings, besides just double or triple knotting them, was also add Gorilla Glue, but you can use any type of glue as long as it helps to fasten it. For the next part of this mod, you're going to need a chair mat which is larger than 31 by 36 inches, which is the size of a DDR dance pad. And don't get ripped off. You could find these on OfferUp for $10 like I did. And lastly, you'll need a pair of scissors. Although if you have one, I would recommend using a box cutter instead because that is going to cut this thick plastic a lot easier than scissors. You're also going to need a marker, but you should probably have one of those laying around your house. Because I have carpet, I got the chair mats that have the little bumps on the bottom, but if you don't have carpet, then get the flat mat. That should work just the same as this. What you need to do is lay the dance pad on top of the chair mat and trace it out with your marker. After that, you're going to cut the extra off with either the scissors or a box cutter. Once the chair mat is cut down to size of the dance pad, you want to make sure that everything looks to be somewhat flush. It's not going to be perfect, but as long as it's somewhat looking like what you see here, you should be good to go. And a good way to check is to just have it held in place with 2 bag clips like what I have right here. Alright, time to grab that double-sided carpet tape. We're going to need that coming up next. Next, we're going to cut 8 pieces, and they're going to need to be roughly about 8 inches each. And what I would suggest is to use a razor blade or box cutter to cut this tape because it has a lot of glue on it, and the scissors don't do the best job, as you can see here. So I switched over to the razor blade. There will be 2 pieces per corner that align to each side of each corner. And we'll need to do this for each individual corner, but there will be a method to this madness. Like I said, this tape is double-sided, so for now you're just going to pull off one of the covers of the tape and you're going to leave the other side on for now. Alright, let's try and align this as best as we can. So to do that, let's go ahead and fold the left panel over, and we're going to have the right panel clamped down to the chair mat. We're going to apply the carpet tape with the one side covered along the edge of the seam, this black seam right here. We're going to try and align that as best as we can with the edge of the tape. And once you got that first piece of carpet tape down, it should look like this. Alright, let's remove that white piece of film and add the second piece of carpet tape here. And we're going to peel off this piece of film, and now we have our first corner. Alright, what we want to do is we want to lay this over here to this corner, but before we do that, we want to make sure that we have the top left corner or the same side corner of the side that you're working on with some of the carpet tape. But for this corner, you're going to leave the white film on. With your 4 pieces of carpet tape in place and one of them covered with the white film, we can finally flip this over to the left side. Again, take your time when doing this because you want to make sure that you try to align to the sides as best as you can. Once you have the corner set into place, go ahead and press down firmly on the corner to make sure that the adhesive sticks to the mat and the dance pad. And in the process, I'm just checking on the lines of the dance pad and the chair mat to see if everything is somewhat flush, and it doesn't look too bad, so I'm happy so far. Time to move on to the other side of the dance pad. I'm going to remove this clip, and we're actually going to add the adhesive to the opposite corner of the bottom left, so it would be the top right corner. And down the bottom of this side, we're going to add the tape but leave the white film on. Pretty much we're just repeating what we did on the left panel. Okay, let's lay down this top right corner. Now when we do this, we want to pull on this top right corner to make sure that there is some tension. What this does is it helps to straighten out the dance pad from one corner to the other to help alleviate all of the wrinkling, and over time this will help to straighten out the dance pad more and more. Like before, we're going to match the sides of the dance pad to the chair mat that we cut out. The top left and bottom right of the dance pad should now be stuck to the chair mat, and it should be pretty tight. We want to follow this process for the 2 remaining corners. Don't forget to pull on these corners when you're sticking these to the chair mat so that the dance pad is not loose. You want to make sure that it is somewhat pulled and stretched a little bit, not to where it bends the chair mat, but to where it makes the dance pad nice, flush, and straight. This is also going to help when you're actually using the dance pad because it's going to feel a lot flatter on the surface and it won't feel as puffy as it used to. After you have everything in place and you push down firmly on all of the corners, go ahead and let it set overnight so that the tape can dry up some before you use it. Alright, and here's the final product of my 2 DDR dance pads. I'm so happy with how they came out. They're a lot more flat than before. When I dance on them, they're not all squishy. It's a lot more supportive underneath. And the best part about it is they don't slip everywhere now, so it's a lot easier to get my dance steps in when I'm doing this and I'm not sucking as much as I did before. And then with the neon lights added, I just feel like it gave it that extra punch that they really needed. So they definitely go a lot better in my arcade room than what they used to. And here's some real footage of me actually using them, making a fool of myself, but this is just to show you guys that the DDR dance pads, at least the soft versions, the cheaper versions, don't slip all over the place like they used to. And I know that sucks for you people that do have those, and this is an easy way to just fix it, and it's not a costly mod. It's within a reasonable price. You're not breaking the bank. And I hope this really helps you all out there who were looking for a way to make your DDR pads better, and you can get quality gameplay out of your DDR games now. So I hope you all enjoyed this tutorial. It was something different for myself and for the channel in general. I had fun doing it. Hope you all enjoyed watching it. Hope to see you around in the next episode, guys. Peace.